We'll be starting the newspaper reviews with The Nation. Major headline, Tinubu's victory in 2027 sure, says Abdulmumin. Kwankwaso opens to talks. President not to blame for nation's woes. FCCPC to battle digital lending abuse. Operators must register. President orders MDAs to implement health insurance. Why additional loan payment is delayed by Nel Fund. Dangote Group disowns truck involved in Enugu accident. Benue Plateau killings, suspects plead guilty to illegal arms possession. The path to ending incessant ASU strike. Killed in Niger, 29 killed in Niger boat accident. Wow. What stories do we have in The Nation?
Okay, so because I got a call from a student whose mom is worried that they're asking her, after applying for the Nel Fund funds support, to go and pay her school fees in Ibadan. I think the Polytechnic Ibadan, that's where that happened. And so I took the story Nel Fund. So Nel Fund's directors of strategic communication, Mrs. Osayemi Oluwatuyi. I don't know why I took off my glasses when I started to take the story. No, I cannot see.
Is that food that's under the table?
For you.
I swear, food that she's eating under the table.
That one for you.
Okay, I beg, this is a very serious topic.
Please go ahead.
She doesn't have food under the table. Please,
not you know, I don't have. So the Nel Fund has announced that schools should start to speed up verification processes for beneficiaries of the loan scheme in their schools. That most because of the slow verification process is causing delays in the loan disbursement to beneficiaries. So students have been protesting that after applying, they then ask them to go ahead and pay their school fees. Some schools might not give you the leverage of your application. They will insist that you pay. Maybe a refund will be done. But so it's causing a lot of confusion. Yeah, most students are now worried. They said this plea becomes necessary as Nel Fund is inundated with complaints from prospective beneficiaries expressing worries that the delay in the verification of their applications by the institutions, a critical requirement for the loan application process, is causing delay for many of them in receiving their institutional fees and upkeep allowances from Nel Fund. And so I want to use this opportunity to appeal to the schools. We know how NASU works, the non-academic staff union, who deals with documentation.
They should understand.
But we don't want some parents who have planned that their fees will be handled through this loan to now start to borrow
money to pay and then expecting a refund later. Okay. Any other story?
Okay, I do. I have the president has directed the compulsory implementation of health insurance across all ministries, extra-ministerial departments and agencies, MDAs, in line with the provisions of the National Health Insurance Act, NHIA 2022. So first, all MDAs are required to enroll their employees under the NHIA health insurance plan, while supplementary private insurance may also be taken up when necessary, provided it aligns with the law. Secondly, any entity seeking to participate in public procurement processes must present a valid NHIA-issued health insurance certificate. Now, this certificate will be mandatory eligibility requirement before continuing with procurement-related engagement. So it's so important. And thirdly, the MDAs must demand valid NHIA health insurance certificates as a precondition for issuing or renewing licenses, permits, and other official approval. And to ensure transparency, the NHIA will develop a digital platform for easy verification of health insurance certificates. Okay. That's that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I took the 29 people in the Niger accident. I actually took two stories. I took the Dangote truck and the 29 people in the Niger boat accident. 29.
Give us the two.
I should give you the two.
Wow.
New me.
New you.
New me.
New you.
Let's go.
The 29 people were rescued. Dead bodies were taken from a boat accident in Malale area of Borgu local government area of Niger State. 50 people were rescued. There were 90 people on the boat. The passengers were heading to Duga for a condolence visit, and they had taken off from a community called Tugansule. How do they pronounce that? Tugansule. Over including women and children. They said the Director General of Niger State Emergency said it was due to overloading and crashing into a tree stump.
Oh.
As they took 29 dead bodies, 50 people were rescued, and they're still searching for 2 more people.
Oh, that's so painful.
Yeah.
The second story.
Second story. Aha. There was a truck involving an accident in Enugu State, and Dangote have denied that it's not from their fleet, saying in a statement yesterday they explained that the truck was found to belong to Visco Investment Global Limited, a third-party operator. They said they don't know why the truck had the Dangote label. So they issued a statement. They said they don't normally talk, but we are actively engaging with the appropriate agencies to determine why the truck in question was bearing our logo despite not being part of our fleet. Moving forward, increased scrutiny will be applied to the unauthorized use of our brand identity, particularly misuse of our logo on vehicles not affiliated with the group. And I can read more, but let's just end
time.
Given what
Thank
had
you so
happened.
much. Yes, you know.
We are going for a break.
Yes, we'll have to take a short break now. When we
That's
come
your
back,
Well, do you break?
the newspaper review.
You.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. So I have the major headline in The Nation. The House of Representatives member Abdulmumin Jibrin said last night that President Bola Tinubu is good enough and will win re-election in 2027. The lawmaker representing Bebeji Kiru, Federal Constituency, Kano, on the platform of New Nigeria People's Party, that's the NPP, spoke on national television, and according to him, he said it's unfair and incorrect to blame the president for the nation's woes, saying Tinubu has performed creditably. He denied insinuations that the North is against president's re-election, saying it is disingenuous to say Northerners will not vote for him. So he says, as a 4th-time representative previously elected on the ticket of the APC, he says NNPP leader Rabiu Kwankwaso is open to alliance talks with President Tinubu ahead of 2027 elections. He says, I believe I cannot see anything that will stop him from winning the elections in 2027. Because of time, I will not take all the details, but you can get the full information in The Nation, where he talked about some of the achievements that the president has gotten so far. Let's move on quickly now to the Nigerian Tribune. Major headline, my thoughts about state police by Tinubu. Boat accident claims 29 lives in Niger. We've taken that story. Nigeria's non-oil revenue hits 20.59 trillion. This is according to the presidency. Police engage armed robbers in gun deal. Kill 1, another critically injured in Ibadan. Police arrest 23 over Lekki cult killing. DSS arraigns 9 suspects over Benue Plateau killings. Genetic testing of IVF embryos can help women with infertility conceive faster. How leading global corporations compete with Nigeria's $1 trillion economy target. Adejobi forced PRO transfer to Delta as DCP operations. FCCPC issues regulations to address digital lending abuse. Let's start with the FCCPC.
Okay, so the FCCPC's Corporate Affairs Director, Onda J. Ijagu, has announced that going forward, all digital lenders, those borrow money now people by SMS, all digital lenders in Nigeria have been directed by the FCCPC, that's the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, to register with it within 3 months. And this directive has started since July 21st, 2025, and it is in line with all the sections relevant. That is section 17, 18, and 163 of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act 2018. And it says that failure to do so by any of these digital money lenders online will attract 100 million naira, very fine, or 1% of the firm's annual turnover, as well as their closure or ban of their directors. And it says this is to ensure transparency and fairness in this area, because there are too many complaints from consumers on the abuses of these digital money lenders. It says, according to, he quoted the executive vice chairman of the FCCPC, Tunji Bello has explained that this establishes a comprehensive framework to safeguard consumers. He said, according to him, FCPC is determined to stem exploitative practices, data privacy violations, and harassment of consumers by unregulated digital lending operators. And he says, for too long, Nigerians have endured their harassment, their data breaches, their unethical practices, and unregulated digital lending methods. I think this is long overdue, because I took this story because of some complaints I got. I went to school, one of these tertiary institutions in Lagos, and most of the students are indebted, as in they are now trying to raise funds to pay back because of the harassment. I said, how did you get there? Some of them borrowed the money for lunch, borrowed the money for their boyfriends. Wow. A lot of abuses like that. But they can't run them mad with the methods of collection, and you shouldn't be lending money to someone who can't show you the means of payback.
Okay,
I have this story here. 9 suspects accused of complicity in the recent attack in Yelwata, Guma local government area of Benue, as well as in parts of Plateau, on Wednesday arraigned before the Federal High Court in Abuja by the DSS. So 9 defendants in 6 separate charges. They took turns to enter their plea before Justice Emeka Wite. They were accused of unlawful possession and dealing in firearms, assisting in terrorist activities, amongst others. Those that the charges were brought against are Haruna Adamu and Mohammed Abdullahi of Awi local government area of Nasarawa. They said others are still at large. They were alleged to have, on June 13, carried out attacks against the people of Abinsi and Yelwata villages. This attack left many persons dead, many others injured, and hundreds displaced in both states. The DSS said that the offense is punishable under the Section 12 of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022. Then 2 accused persons were said to have conspired with, a few names were mentioned just for sake of time. I would not mention each and every one of them, but they said these other people are still at large, and they are out to continue to carry out attacks in Yelwata. But the defendants have pleaded not guilty to these charges, and they've been asked to be remanded in custody of the DSS and to be granted access to their lawyers. I took the story really because many times we hear of these attacks and we never hear if anybody was arrested, if they're in court, what is happening. So this is for me better than just that silence that we hear, and we'll closely follow how this case turns out.
So I took that the Inspector General of Police has redeployed or has deployed the police public relations officer, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Oluwamuyiwa Adejobi, to Delta State, to the Delta State Command. He is now going to be serving as DCP operations in Delta State. He will be responsible for coordinating security operations, tackling violent crimes, and strengthening the police community relations across the state. They said it has been a critical theater in Nigeria's internal security architecture. They say it's a promotion, and it further underscored the Nigerian police force's commitment to merit-based career progression. So anyway, it's supposed to be a promotion, and they believe that he's going to do very well there.
Did they announce his replacement?
They haven't announced his replacement. But
move on now to the Punch. I don't think we can take a lot, but let's see what we can do. Major headline: APC, opposition clash over federal government's revenue growth claim. My reforms have restored Nigeria's global respect. This is according to our President Tinubu. Non-oil revenue jumps 40% to 20.6 trillion. This according to the presidency. NAD insists on strike, says over 2,000 doctors owed. Security concerns behind visa cancellations for Nigerians, others are US. MTN 15 others remits 54 billion naira in education, police taxes. 3 killed in Lagos Masquerade festival clash. Terrorist recruits 1,364 West African children, shot 14,000 schools. This is according to the UN. What do we have in the Punch?
Okay, so the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have reassured Nigerians that September 10, there will be no turning back on their strike, nationwide strike, because of course, you know, their needs have not been met, their demands have not been met. So Dr. Tokpe Osundara, who is the president of the NERD, has announced this in an interview yesterday. He said the association has met with the federal government on Monday, but the discussions did not yield any positive result. And so they are determined that September 10th, will go on the strike.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. The United States Embassy in Nigeria has clarified that over 55 million foreign nationals, including Nigerians with valid U.S. visas, are being screened as part of the new U.S. security measures. The embassy explained that the U.S. government is enforcing long-standing immigration laws to enhance national security and prevent the entry of individuals who may pose a threat. But this clarification came on the back of an opinion piece that was put out in the media. So there was an article by Olufemi Soneye, and he revealed that he had reviewed at least 8 visa cancellation notices issued to Nigerian professionals, entrepreneurs, amongst others. They said that the new information which became available after the visa was issued, according to so he criticized the lack of transparency and due process in the visa revocation process, stating that the affected individuals were offered no evidence, explanation, or opportunity to appeal. Instead, they were simply advised to reapply. And of course, you know,
to get a date in the next 5 years.
So
there's
the embassy is saying that, see, the Trump administration is protecting our nation and our citizens by upholding the highest standards of national security and public safety through our visa process.
As
It's their country, they can do
Nigeria,
what they
over
want.
to you. Let's see what you do
about
in response.
Do you have another story?
Yes, it's very brief, Abby. That 3 persons were brutally murdered during a Masquerade festival that began on Sunday in the Lagos Island of area of Lagos State. They don't know the exact number that were killed, but it started when various cult groups hijacked the event and turned it into a supremacy battle. They said descended into chaos shortly after the festival ended. When the fight broke out and they started to break bottles, they started to fire guns. Videos even went online. One of the clips, 5 gunshots were heard while no fewer than 10 assailants were seen gang beating a victim. They're not even sure of how many people died, but they can identify 3 people for now that died.
When they ban the festival now, people will complain that they're not allowing us to carry out our tradition.
So the areas, they should do better. This reports coming from their area is not good.
Anyway,
but I think their festivals is
I just want to say the Niger Conference account, which is known for showcasing cult-related violence in Nigeria, further highlighted. It said we received reports of a clash in Lagos Island and that has been going on since Sunday following a Masquerade festival. The fight involves street gangs whose members are mostly
we have to go. Thank you so much for your contributions, ladies. That's all we can take on the newspaper reviews. When we come back, we move on to the topics for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.